Everybody is able to see my screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so we'll get started. First of all, Dandavat Pranam to each one of us, you to join. This is Kartik month, a very holy month. I am very grateful we got this opportunity to do Mangal Aarti, and today we have a Bhagavatam class. So let's get started. I'll do a very small bhajan. I am very bad at this, but for the pleasure of the Lord, I'm going to do this, and then we'll get started. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Ho Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Jai Ho Radha Gopi Vallabha Radha Gopi Vallabha Radhe Jai Ho Radha Govardhan Dhari Radha Govardhan Dhari Radhe जय हो राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे। जय हो राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे। जय हो राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधे। जय हो राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधे। जय हो राधे जय हो राधे जय हो राधे जय श्री राधे। जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी नयन पथगामी भाव तुम्हें। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी नयन पथगामी भाव तुम्हें। निताई गौरांगो निताई गौरांगो निताई गौरांगो गौर हरि। जय सच्चिनंदन जय सच्चिनंदन जय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि। जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव। नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। नित्य गौर हरि बोल। श्रील गुरुदेव की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चना गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्तुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udhirayet. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankajanaභaya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangrahe Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namah Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Prabhuji and Mataji's Dandvat Pranam. So before we get started, I'll just okay. So with I mean we are in Canto 6, prescribed duties for mankind. So with I mean with the blessings of the parampara, I think we are almost finishing half of the Bhagavatam. See, there are 12 cantos and we are right in the 6th canto. And today we are going to discuss something from the 18th chapter. The chapter title is Diti vows to kill King Indra. So before we get into this chapter, I mean this chapter, especially the first 20 shlokas in this chapter, they are just talking about the sons of Aditi and sons of Diti. So there is not much philosophical discussion here or any prayers being offered to the Supreme Lord, but this is more about, I mean, at least the first 20 shlokas are about the genealogy and understanding who, like for example, Aditi has 12 sons and they are known as Adityas. And who are those sons? And then uh, what are their children? Whom are their children? That is what is described in the first 20 shlokas of this chapter. And then actually Diti wants to have a son who will kill Indra, and how Indra actually foils that plan. So all that is discussed in this chapter. But before we get into this, I just want to do a small recap because of this canto, so that we just get a context of where we have reached and where the discussion is. Okay, so this canto actually starts with the history of Ajamil, and we saw the story of Ajamil, right? How powerful is the name of the Supreme Lord. Ajamil, who was a pious Brahmana, became attracted to a prostitute, and then he defiled his life. He became very sinful, and he had 10 sons from that prostitute, and he named the youngest son as Narayana. And at the time of death, and when he saw the Yamdutas coming, he cried out for his son Narayana. And because he cried out the name of the Supreme Lord, the Vishnu Dutas also come, and how the Vishnu Dutas save Ajamil from the clutches of Yamdutas. And then there is a discussion between Yamdutas and Yamraj, and then Yamraj, how Yamraj instructs the Yamdutas about the Bhagavad Dharma. This third chapter is a very, very important chapter, and how Yamraj is instructing and giving and talking about the Supreme Lord, and describing the Bhagavad Dharma. Then there are these Hamsa Guhya prayers offered by Prajapati Daksha. So basically, the Sukdev Goswami, Maharaj Parikshit asked Sukdev Goswami to describe in further details about the creation. So then comes the story of Prachetas and Prachinabhari here, right? Now, who is the Prachetas and who is Prachinabhari? So all this actually come in the second canto. So if we just try to look at who is Prachinabhari, so there are some context given, like for example in Canto 2, and then again in Canto 4. So who is Prachinabhari? He is actually son of he is a son of Maharaj Antardhana, and Havirdhani, and he had 10 sons named Prachetas. Now, Prachetas actually go into the sea and perform austerities, and because of that, the planet is full of vegetation and full of trees and full of weeds. And when the Prachetas come out, they see this state of the earth, and they become angry, and then they burn all the trees. Now, moon god comes in because he is the god of the vegetation, and he asks Prachetas not to destroy the trees, and he gives the Prachetas a daughter, born of Pramalocha Apsara, and from there Daksha is born. So Daksha is one of the Prajapatis, and Daksha then actually goes to the Vindhya mountain and performs severe austerities, and he offers the prayers to Lord Vishnu, and these prayers are known as Hamsa Guhya prayers. And Lord Vishnu understands that Prajapati Daksha wants to enjoy the material world, and hence he blesses him with that. And actually the word Daksha means he's very good. Here Prabhupada writes that because he's an expert in sex life, that's why he's called Daksha, right? And Lord Vishnu gives this benediction, and Prajapati Daksha is now asked to increase the population of the world. So Prajapati Daksha actually begets 10,000 sons. And then comes the story of Narad Muni cursed by Prajapati Daksha, and why Narad Muni is cursed by Prajapati Daksha. So here it is described that Prajapati Daksha begot 10,000 sons in his wife named Panchajani. So he was given a daughter also whose name is Panchajani, not his daughter, the daughter of it's described in the previous chapter, and from there he gets 10,000 sons. Now they go and perform austerity under the sea, and Narad Muni sees them and actually makes them brahmachari. Then Prajapati Daksha again begets 10,000 sons, 1,000 sons. Again Narad Muni makes them into brahmachari. Because of this, Prajapati Daksha gets very angry with Narad Muni, and he curses Narad Muni that you will not be able to stay at one place. Narad Muni, being a very pure soul and a very tolerant person, he accepts the curse by Prajapati Daksha. And that's what this chapter talks about, chapter 5. Okay, let's move ahead. Then there is a description of the then Maharaj Prajapati Daksha actually begets 60 daughters, and these daughters are then given to different great personalities in marriage. And then 10 daughters are given in marriage to Dharmaraj, 13 to Kashyapa Muni. Now, Kashyapa Muni's I mean, the two daughters of Prajapati Daksha is Aditi and Diti, and they are both married to Kashyapa Muni. And we'll talk about the genealogy of these two daughters, Diti and Aditi. Diti is actually known as the mother of Asuras, and Aditi is known as the mother of demigods. And we can see, though, um, like both the I mean, from the same father, both Asuras and Suras are born, right? And we can see the importance of the timing, right? Because Diti united with Kashyapa Muni at a wrong time, Asuras were born, and Diti was also little jealous and of Aditi, and because of this bad mentality, the progeny from Diti are Asuras, and progeny from Aditi are known as Suras. So and that's why we say that Garbhadan Sanskar must be done. We should have been in the right consciousness to get a good soul, right? This is a very, very scientific thing, and we can see from this example, right? So we can see the 60 daughters are given to different great rishis and moon god and Kashyapa Muni, and this is what is described here in this chapter. And the daughters of Daksha, the progeny of the daughters of Daksha. Let's move ahead. Then comes the story of Indra. Basically, let's just look at the chapters. Sorry. So then from here comes the story of Indra, how he offends his spiritual master Brahaspati. Then because he offends his spiritual master Brahaspati, Brahaspati no longer is the spiritual master, and the demigods actually lose the throne of heaven and are defeated by the demons. And Indra understands this and then goes to Brahma. Brahma chastises Indra, and then they take Vishwarupa as their spiritual master. And Vishwarupa is actually son of Twasta. Again, this context comes, Twasta is one of the Prajapatis, and Vishwarupa is one of his son. Then Vishwarupa becomes the spiritual master, and then the demigods are able to defeat the demons. Then Vishwarupa actually describes the Narayana Kavacha shield. So this is a very powerful protection mantra, and Vishwarupa describes the process also, how to do this Narayana Kavacha mantra. So there are certain processes to be done so that this Narayana Kavacha mantra can be beneficial, and it protects someone who does this. It protects him from all directions in all circumstances, and that is what is described in this prayers. Then comes the appearance of demon Vritrasura. Now, why is the demon Vritrasura born? Basically, Vishwarupa was also little affectionate to the demons, and he was offering some oblations, offering some fruits of the yajna to the demons. And because of this, Indra gets very angry and he kills Vishwarupa. Now, because Vishwarupa is killed by Indra, his father Twasta is very angry with Indra, and he wants to kill Indra, or he wants to have a son who will kill Indra. Or so he performs a yajna, but since the mantras were not chanted properly, instead of having a son who will be an enemy to who will increase the enmity of Indra, he gets a son who will be inimical to Indra. So that's how demon Vritrasura is born. And Vritrasura is a very ferocious demon. He is very, very tall and huge, and in fact it is described that because he was born, the luster in the universe became, the universe itself became dark. So he was such a powerful demon, very, very, very huge. I mean, we cannot imagine. So Vitrasura is born, and then again Indra doesn't know what to do. So he goes to Lord Narayan, and then the Supreme Lord instructs them that in order to defeat Indra or kill Indra, he should go and get the bones of Dadichi Muni. And then Indra goes to Dadichi Muni, and Dadichi Muni offers his body and leaves his body, and those bones are used to prepare a thunderbolt such that the demon Vitrasura could be killed. And then there is a battle between demigods and Vitrasura, and finally Indra is able to kill Vitrasura. Now there is a very I mean, there is a discussion between Indra and Vitrasura during the battle, and that brings out the qualities of Vitrasura. That Vitrasura is actually a great devotee of the Lord, and Indra understands that, and Indra, I mean, he's again killing a Brahmana. Basically, he's again killing a Vaishnava. So Indra, when he killed Vishwarupa, he had to get some sins, and again when he's killing Vitrasura, so again he is afflicted by the sinful reaction. And how Indra gets freed from this sinful reaction is also described here. He goes to a lake, and then he performs tapasya there, sitting inside the stem of a lotus, and then he gets freed from this offense. Then, and again, also there is a description of the glorious death of Vitrasura. It is described that it took Indra 1 year to actually cut off the head of Vitrasura. I mean, so you can imagine how big Vitrasura was. Then comes now Sukdev Goswami had Maharaj Pradikshit at this time had a question. How come a demon have such great Vaishnava qualities? Because it is not, I mean, the devotees of the Lord are not to be found so easily, and even demigods cannot understand the glories of the Supreme Lord and have that understanding of the Vaishnava qualities. How come Vitrasura, who was a demon, had such great qualities? So that is a question which Maharaj Parikshit asked Sukadev Goswami, and then Sukadev Goswami, in order to answer this question, describes that Vitrasura was actually Maharaj Chitraketu in his previous life, and Chitraketu Maharaj had no sons, and so he was very upset. I mean, he was very morose, and then Angira Rishi comes to his kingdom, and Chitraketu Maharaj expressed his desire to have a son. So Angira Rishi actually blesses Chitraketu Maharaj, and he has a son, and that son is then actually killed by the co-wives of Maharaj Chitraketu, because they become very envious, and then Chitraketu Maharaj is very morose, and that's where Narad Muni comes in, explains that I mean, he brings back the soul of his son, a son who had died, and then the soul asked Chitraketu Maharaj, I mean, which parents, and Chitraketu Maharaj is baffled, and then Narad Muni instructs King Chitraketu Maharaj, and then he performs austerities, and he's able to meet the Supreme Lord. Then Chitraketu Maharaj is going in his celestial plane, and one day he sees he goes to Mount Meru, and he sees Lord Shiva sitting in an assembly of saints and having Mother Parvati sitting on his lap. And Chitraketu Maharaj just laughs at that, and Mother Parvati becomes offended by this, and she curses Chitraketu Maharaj, and Chitraketu Maharaj, being a Vaishnava, he accepts that curse, and that's how he's born again as a demon, Vritrasura. So in the answer to that question, which Maharaj Parikshit had asked, is then given here, that he was actually a devotee of the Lord in the previous life, and that's what is continued. And that's why Vritrasura, though being a demon, is a great devotee of the Lord. Now, here we come to the 18th chapter, that Diti vows to kill Indra. So let's see the summary first, and then we will go into the shlokas. So let's read this. This chapter gives the history of Diti, the wife of Kashyapa, and how she followed a vow to have a son who would kill Indra. It is also described how Indra attempted to foil her plan by cutting to pieces the sun within her womb. In relation to Twasta and his descendants, there is a description of the dynasty of the Adityas, son of Aditi, and other demigods. So then there is a description of all this, and we'll go through this. So let's look at the shlokas. So before we even get to the shlokas, I just want to give a brief like, who are these? So sons of Aditi are the 12 sons. They are known as Adityas. Okay, and like, just to get a understanding of what are these 12 sons and what are they. So the sun god, I mean, we have 12 months, right? And each of these Adityas actually refer to these one of these months. So the sun god, so let's read this. I have got this from internet. This is given in our scriptures. So let's try to understand who are these 12 Adityas, what are they, what is their role, and how sun god is related. So the sun god Surya takes on various forms as the 12 Adityas. So they are all the sons of Aditi. They have been described elaborately in the Bhagavad Purana. Every month of the year, a distinct Aditya shines. Surya, sun as Indra, vanquishes the foes of the deities. As Dhata, he fashions living creatures. As Parjanya, he precipitates rain. As Twashta, he resides in the flora and fauna. As Pusha, he fosters the growth of crops. As Aryama, he exists in the air. As Bhaga, he pervades the bodies of all living beings. As Vivaswana, he abides in fire and facilitates cooking. As Vishnu, Vamandev, he annihilates the adversaries of the god. As Amshumana, he once again manifests in the wind. As Varuna, Surya dwells in the waters, and as Mitra, he inhabits the moon and the oceans. Amidst the chants of Sama, Riga, and Yajurveda, the sun god is celebrated by the sages for his true essence. The Gandharvas vocalize their admiration for him, and the Apsara dance to his chariot's tune. As the Nagas assist in tying the chariot's ropes and the Yakshas fasten the horses, the mighty Rakshasas push it forward. Preceding the chariot, the Valakhyas, a group of 60,000 Brahmins, sages, recite Vedic mantras and offer prayers to the all-powerful sun god. Thus, the ruler of the sun, along with his 6 categories, the above, described above, right? The Apsaras, Gandharvas, Nagas, along with his 6 categories of companions, journeys in every direction throughout the 12 months, spreading among the dwellers of this cosmos the purity of consciousness, both for the present and the afterlife. Lord Surya's chariot is drawn by 7 horses, earning him the title of Saptashva, master of 7 horses. These 7 horses are Gayatri, Sambrihati, Ushnik, Jagati, Trishtub, Anuštub, and Pankti. The name of the 12 Adityas and their associates are described below. So let's look at them. So Dhata is one of the sons of Aditi, the ruling month, right? Madhu, which we call it as Chaitra, right? Which is March and April. And these are the 6 companions, as we described above, sages. And so you can see each of this Adityas have a month, right? You can see Aryama has a ruling month called Madhava, which is Vaishakha month, April to May. Then Mitra has a month called Shukra, Jeshta month, which is May to June. Varuna, which is ruling month is Suchi, and which is called as Ashada. Ashada Ekadashi comes right in June and July. Then Indra, the ruling month is Shravan month, right? Where we offer our oblations to the forefathers who have left us. Vivaswan, the sun god, right? Nabhasya, Bhadrapada, August, September. Then Twasta, the month is Isha, Ashwinamas, September, October. Then comes Lord Vishnu, which is Kartik month, which is going on right now, correct? And then Anshuman, the Margashirsha month, which is November to December. Then Bhaga, which is Pausha and December to January. And Pusha, Tapas, Magha, January to February. And Falgun, Tapasya, Falgun, February to March. And so this cycle repeats. These 12 months are related to these 12 Adityas. And we will now look at what are these slokas which talk about all these suns. So let's look at that. So this is, I mean, there are just names given here. So we'll quickly browse over it. There is not much described here apart from the names of their children and their wives. That's it. So Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, Prishni, who was the wife of Savita, the fifth of the 12 sons of Aditi, gave birth to 3 daughters, Savitri, Vaharti, and Trai, and the sons named Agnihotra, Pashu, Soma, Chaturmasya, and 5 Mahayagnya. So Agnihotra is an exalted person, and we perform this ceremony, right? We perform the fire sacrifice that is called Agnihotra, right? Let's move on. 16.8.2. O King Siddhi, who was the wife of Bhaga, the 6th son of Aditi, bore 3 sons named Mahima, Vibhu, and Prabhu, and one extremely beautiful daughter whose name was Asi. So the 6th son is described here. If we go back to that page where we were looking at, so I think this Bhaga, right? Yeah. Sorry. Just a moment. Yeah. So the ruling month is Sahasya, right? Which will just come, right? 3 and 4. Dhata, the 7th son of Aditi, had 4 wives named Kuhu, Sinivali, Raka, and Anumati. These wives begot 4 sons named Sayam, Darsha, Pratha, and Purnamasa, respectively. The wife of Vidhata, the 8th son of Aditi, was named Kriya. So Vidhata is the 8th son. 7th son is Dhata. Dhata and Vidhata was, and the 8th son of Aditi was, and the wife is named Kriya. In her, Vidhata begot the 5 fire gods, namely Purishyas. The wife of Varuna, the 9th son of Aditi, was named Charshani Bhrugu. Bhrugu, the son of Brahma, took birth again in her womb. So Bhrugu Maharaj he was a mind-born son of Lord Brahma, right? He is now born again in the womb of the 9th, to the wife of Varuna, right? The 9th son of Aditi. Okay. So Kashyapa Muni is also a mind-born son of Brahma, right? And Bhrugu Maharaj is also a mind-born son of Brahma, and he has taken birth again in the womb of the wife of Varuna. Let's move on. By the semen of Varuna, the great mystic Valmiki took birth from an anthill. Bhrigu and Valmiki were specific sons of Varuna. Bhrigu and Valmiki were specific sons of Varuna, and whereas Agastya and Vashishta rishis were the common sons of Varuna and Mitra, the 10th son of Aditi. So Agastya and Vashishta are common sons. Now, how they are common sons, we'll take a look. Okay, the 10th son of Aditi. So this describes how they are the common sons. Upon seeing Urvashi, the celestial society girl, both Mitra and Varuna discharge semen, which they preserved in an earthen pot. The two sons, Agastya and Vashishta, later appeared from that pot. So both Mitra and Varuna had put their semen in the earthen pot, and Agastya and Vasishta is born from that, and hence they are the common sons. And they are therefore the common sons of Mitra and Varuna. Mitra begot 3 sons in the womb of his wife, whose name was Revati. Their names were Utsarga, Arista, and Pipala. So a small purport is given by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So he's saying modern science is trying to generate living entities in test tubes by processing semen. But even long ago, it was possible for semen kept in a pot to develop into a child. So we can see that whatever we are seeing in this modern world was there. I mean, it's just that certain things were not manifested by our ancestors. They had that knowledge, but they did not manifest everything. Like, for example, this television, or for this mobile, or these gadgets, they were not manifested in the previous era because they knew these are distractions and would cause trouble. So they did not manifest these things. And it's just that they were not manifested. They did have understanding, they had advanced knowledge, but they did not manifest anything which disturbed social harmony, which deviated us from spiritual practices, and so on and so forth. And that's why, though it looks like they were living very simple life, but they were very, very advanced actually, and very, very controlled, and very, very knowledgeable. It's just that, as I said, certain things were not manifested at that time. And it was on purpose. It was not that they did not know about it. It was on purpose. It was designed that way. Moving on. O King Parikshit, Indra, the king of heavenly planets and 11th son of Aditi, begot 3 sons named Jayanta, Rishabha, and Midusa in the womb of his wife Paulami. Thus we have heard. So 11th son is described, and his wife and children. 8th shloka. By his own potency, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has multifarious potencies, appeared in the form of a dwarf known as Urukrama, the 12th son of Aditi. In the womb of his wife, whose name was Kirti, he begot one son named Brihatsloka, who had many sons headed by Saubhaga. So Lord Vamandev was the 12th son of Aditi, right? And the story of Vamandev will come in the next canto. So, Parpat, anybody would want to read this?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Purport as translations and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 4.6, Ajopi sanna avyatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swam adhishtaya sambhavami atma mayaya. Although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all the sentient beings, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead incarnates, he does not need any help from the external energy. for he appears as he is by his own potency. The spiritual potency is also called Maya. It is said, Ato Maya Mayam Vishnum Pravadanti Mani Sinha. The body accepted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead is called Maya Maya. This does not mean that he is formed by the external energy. This Maya refers to his internal potency.
This refers to his internal potency, not to the external potency. So again, the Supreme Lord always takes birth by his own accord. He is never forced, cannot be forced, and he takes birth only by his spiritual potency, not by external potency. We take birth because of external potency, but not the Supreme Lord, right? So let's move on. 16.8.9. Later in the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, I shall describe how Urukrama, Lord Vamandev, appeared as the son of the great sage Kashyapa and how he covered the 3 worlds with 3 steps. I shall describe the uncommon activities he performed, his qualities, his power, and how he took birth from the womb of Aditi. Lord Vamandeva ki jai. So again, we can see Lord Vamandev is son of Aditi, right? And he is also one of the Adityas, but he is Lord Vishnu himself. 6.8.10. Now let me describe the sons of Diti, who were begotten by Kashyapa, but who became demons. In this demoniac family, the great devotee Prahlad Maharaj appeared, and Bali Maharaj also appeared in that family. The demons are technically known as Daityas because they proceeded from the womb of Diti. So now the demon family is described, wherein great devotees like Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj also appeared, and they are all the sons of Diti. So the first, let's go ahead. 6.8.11. First, the 2 sons named Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha took birth from Diti's womb. Both of them were very powerful and were worshipped by Daityas and Danavas. So the first 2 sons are Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. And the next canto describes the glorious pastime of Prahlad Maharaj and these 2 demons. 12th and 13th, the wife of Hiranyakashipu, also known as Kayadu. The wife of Hiranyakashipu was known as Kayadu. She was the daughter of Jambha and descendant of Danu. She gave birth to 4 consecutive sons known as Samlada, Anulada, Lada, and Pralada. The sister of these 4 sons was known as Simhika. She married the demon named Viprachit and gave birth to another demon named Rahu. So this is the same Rahu who was trying to have nectar during the Samudra Mantham and whose head is cut by Lord Vishnu. 14th. When Rahu in disguise was drinking nectar among the demigods, the Supreme Personality of Godhead severed his head. The wife of Samlada was named Kriti. By union with Samlada, Kriti gave birth to a son named Panchajanna. So I mean, the point here is we have to connect these names and then we can understand the context, right? Then it becomes more easy. Who is who? So that's why this description is given, and we can read about this great. I mean, though there is not much because Srimad Bhagavatam is not talking about all of this, but the names are given, right? But there are references in other places about all these people, right? 16.8.15. The wife of Lada was named Dhamyani. She gave birth to 2 sons, Vatapi and Ilavala. When Agastya Muni became Ilavala's guest, Ilavala served him a feast by cooking Vatapi, who was in the shape of a ram. I don't know what this means. Actually, I got confused. If anybody knows, can speak. What does this mean actually? Shape of a. I felt this was a, I don't know, misprint, or what does this mean? If anybody knows about this, please, we can please speak if you know. I'll try to find out. But I felt I don't know what was to be meant here. Uh, and it is not even mentioned in this the word to word translation.
So
Was in the shape of a, I don't know what this RAM.
ram is animal, right?
Ram is an animal.
Yeah, the male goat.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, 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 okay.
So Telugu it is written that way only.
Acha, okay.
Asharopam means goat only.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes.
6.8.16. The wife of Anulada was named Surya. She gave birth to two sons named Bashkala and Mahisha. Prahlada had one son, Virochana, whose wife gave birth to Bali Maharaj. So Bali Maharaj is a grandson of Prahlad Maharaj, right? So these two great devotees are born in the demon family, Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj. 17th. Thereafter, Bali Maharaj begot 100 sons in the womb of Asana. One of these 100 sons, King Bana, was the eldest. The activities of Bali Maharaj, which are very laudable, will be described later in the 8th canto. Now, this King Bana is known as Banasura, right? He's actually a great devotee. He's a devotee of Lord Shiva, and this Banasura has 1,000 hands. And when Lord Shiva does Nritya, this King Banasura plays Dambru for him with his 1,000 hands. And he has got a boon from Lord Shiva that Lord Shiva will always protect him. So Lord Shiva actually also protects his kingdom. And there is a story in Srimad Bhagavatam about this, which will come in later in another canto, in the 10th canto, I believe, where there is a description of the war between Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna. And the story is like this. This King Banasura has a daughter named Usha. And in one day in her dream, she gets a dream. She's a very beautiful daughter of this Banasura, and she gets a dream that she sees a very beautiful prince, and a very divine prince actually. And he uh, and she gets up and sees that it is just a dream, but she cannot forget that prince. And this daughter Usha has a friend called Chitralekha, and she's an expert at drawing. So Chitralekha actually starts drawing and shows it to this princess. And so Chitralekha first draws something, and then she draws actually Lord Krishna's picture. So then uh, this princess said that the prince looked very similar to Lord Krishna. Then she draws uh, another prince, the son of Lord Krishna, Anirudh, and then Usha says, "Yeah, this is the person who I saw in the dream." And Chitralekha has this boon of traveling anywhere through Yoga Shakti, and she actually goes to Dwarka and brings Anirudh with her. I mean, basically lifts him and while he's sleeping, and brings him to this kingdom of King Banasur. And Anirudh, when he wakes up, he sees that he's at a different place, and he questions, "Where am I?" And then the Prince Usha explains this, and the Prince Anirudh is actually living in that kingdom. And they both talk, and Anirudh also get attracted to the princess, and uh, and they start this talking and having discussions and so on and so forth. And Prince Anirudh is living there. And one day King Banasur actually notices Anirudh and then he captures him. Now in Dwarka, everybody is morose because Anirudh is missing, right? Prince Anirudh is missing. Now Lord Krishna comes to know that Anirudh has been captured by this king Banasur, and he says to Lord Balram that let's go and fight with this king Banasur, and we will defeat him and bring Anirudh back. So Lord Krishna goes with his army from Dwarka to fight with this king. And since Banasur had this boon from Lord Shiva that he will protect him, Lord Shiva actually is standing at the gate of the kingdom. And then there is a fight between Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna. Now this is all transcendental Leela of the Supreme Lord, where he wants to enjoy this fighting. So he is now fighting with Lord Shiva, right? And then Lord Krishna defeats Lord Shiva. So and he basically Lord Krishna now wants to kill Banasur, but Lord Shiva tells Lord Krishna that don't kill him, and that's why Lord Krishna just cuts off his hands and says that this person will still remain your devotee. And then King Banasur actually falls at the feet of both Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna. And then Aniruddha and Usha are brought out, and the story continues. So that this is the King Banasur, who is again the son of Bali Maharaj, right? So you can see there are so many layers, right? And in Bhagavatam and the description of this, actually it helps you to connect, right? That's all. Let's move on. 18th. Since King Bana was a great worshipper of Lord Shiva, he became one of the Lord Shiva's most celebrated associates. Even now, Lord Shiva protects King Bana's capital and always stands beside him, right? As I explained. 19th. The 49 Marut demigods were also born from the womb of Diti. None of them had sons. Although they were born of Diti, King Indra gave them a position of demigods. Apparently, even so, the purport. Apparently, even demons can be elevated to positions as demigods when their atheistic character is reformed. There are two kinds of men throughout the universe. Those who are devotees of Lord Vishnu are called demigods, and those who are just opposite are called demons. Even the demons can be transformed into demigods, as the statement of this verse proves. So, Maruts who are born from Diti, and even Lord Prahlad Maharaj, right? Dhruv Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, they are, though they are born in the demoniac families, they become great devotees of the Lord. And even Asuras can become Suras, right? This is what is proved through this. And what is the important thing is when their atheistic character is removed. So that's why we do preaching, right? If people can get rid of their atheistic character, they can become great devotees also, right? That's what is being shown here in Bhagavatam. 20th. King Parikshit inquired, "My dear Lord, due to their birth, the 49 Maruts must have been obsessed with a demoniac mentality. Why did Indra, the king of heaven, convert them into demigods? Did they perform any rituals or pious activities?" So this is the question which Parikshit Maharaj then asked Sukadev Goswami. And then Sukadev Goswami is now going to answer these questions and describe the story of Maruts and how Diti wants to kill Indra and why Diti wants to kill Indra. So this, I mean, I will stop here. So I would just say picture abhi baki hai. So that next shlokas where these questions are answered will be taken up. I mean, tomorrow is Ekadashi, so we'll just continue from here. I mean, today's class is very short, and if there are questions, if there is something which we can discuss, I think it's open. Or if you want me to, I mean, I did not I did read it, but I didn't prepare much. But if you want, I think we will let Giriraj Prabhuji take that that section, and I'll stop here. So any questions or anything here? So just to, see, it's why did I talk about this and the months is we must have this understanding of our Sanatan Dharma, right? Why the certain months are named like this. Why, to whom do they refer? We go to the temples, we see these demigods. We don't know even their names, right? So, but if you read Bhagavatam and then you read this, you can understand, and you can also understand why, what is Margashirsha month, what is which month, and how our Vedic calendar is slightly different, right? And why there are 12 months, right? First of all, see, this practice of 12 months is not just whimsical, right? Why not 13 months? Why not 14 months? This is the reason why there are only 12 months, correct? And how the sun god travels in all the directions using his chariot. And when he enters into one of those different directions, that's how the different months are named, correct? So that it is important to understand this, so that we get an appreciation of why we do certain things, why we do what we do, right? So that is what is important, right? Apart from that, this is just information which is given, but then, as I said, right, it helps us to understand why certain things are done in a particular way. Okay.
Right, Prabhuji.
Sorry.
Sorry, the section is such that there is nothing beyond what is there here, and I am not very expert at stretching, right? So
No, Prabhuji, you made it very interesting actually. It's a good knowledge to have.
yeah.
It was very surprising to hear that that even Lord Vamandev and so many other people are coming from Diti's lineage, right?
Yeah. So the reason, if you know this, like, it is easy for you to connect the dots, right? The discussions, when they happen, it gives you a good picture, right? And you can connect. So that's why, we may not know each names and everything. Like, for example, trying to understand who is Bhrigu Maharaj, who is Kashyapa Muni. You will see in Bhagavatam, Kashyapa Muni's name comes at so many places. So if you know who is Kashyapa Muni, then it is easy for us to understand also and relate also. So that's why having this understanding helps. Otherwise, we just, okay, Kashyapa Muni, right? Just name we know, fine. But then if you know, yeah, he's son of Brahma, and then whom he's married, and how the lineage, how we all living entities actually come from him, right? Uh, and everybody has a gotra, right? And that's why we have a gotra, right? Because we are coming from a certain lineage. That's why that gotra represents that. So and it's all coming from this Srimad Bhagavatam, correct? All right, then, Prabhuji and Mataji, we'll stop here.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam
Hare Krishna,
pavanebhyo
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Excellent
Hare Krishna.
speech.
Vaishnavebhyo.